Hi, I'm Trey, and these are the myths and tunes we work with and transcend into a peaceful reality. Today, I'm talking about why friendliness is wrong to the fallen controllers. The smiling faces and a black tongue, a loving bruising the beauty that you are. Peace within when you begin to smile. Please smile, 'cause a new bright day is here again. Be down, but in the bifurcation until we get to the full of Christ. It's gonna be cold, 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 cold. Woo! Until all the lizards they have died. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why friendliness is wrong to the fallen controllers. When you realize the negative alien's agenda's way is blocking life, it makes real clear sense when you see how they infiltrated the moneyed sources. And what happened to JFK? What would happen if a ruler in the Illuminati bloodlines, or a president, or a king wanted to share the power? Say, what happened to Gaddafi? What happens to kings when they want to share the power? Say, the person talking to you right now, shunned, ostracized, hated, with an audience of 5 to 40 if I'm lucky, but 400 if I come up with a real obnoxious title with big psychological words, because people need something that's clickbait. They need it to be a titillating, obnoxious, fearful, scary title. Because this is what the world has turned um, entertainment into since the days of gladiators with the masses. Okay? Discerning the intent in all decisions with others. What do they want? The controllers don't want eye contact, because then you would be able to, unless they're a brilliant, narcissistic liar, politician, sociopath, psychopath, you're going to see the evil in their eyes. If they were friendly to you and you had a higher IQ or the powers of discernment, eventually within 5 or 10 minutes, there's going to be conversational markers in their friendliness that shows their desires. Like Biden slips up, like all these fake leaders, inverted leaders always slip up on the teleprompter, or if they try to use it in their own words, it makes it more obvious it's in NWO script, right? What a man saith reflects what's in his heart, right? So when you're friendly, it builds healthy communities. And at the same time, it simultaneously begins to rip apart and dissect and destroy the inverted satanic ones hidden within, because you start to see when you're friendly that that person is manipulative. That person might be a double agent. That person doesn't really respect you. But if they're not friendly, if they only are energy vampires like my last video, or if they're only narcissistic predators who only feed off the supply, even if they're a overt, grandiose narcissist who pretends to be Mr. Charming, I'm an avatar, I'm here to help and save everyone, and smiling, you'll notice when you don't feed them that energy, they don't even notice you exist. Well, these people aren't really friendly. Learn the difference. So friendliness, it builds the communities. It destroys the child sex trade and trafficking. You know, If someone was friendly about their desires, they will be ostracized. They will be hated. They will be threatened to be punched out or killed. So that's why they have to hide that. It reveals many more crimes. Okay, so if friendliness were thought of as a virtue, it would reveal many more types of crimes that I'm not even going to discuss. They're even much worse, like adrenochrome and all that. The loss of control of the official narrative would be great and is great in regions such as the Deep South or Florida or Arizona, where people can openly talk about freedom and their rights and God and Christ. But here, in the epicenter, or 100 miles from the epicenter of the mind control operations, I'm the only person in this neighborhood. David James Rodriguez and his girlfriend and Craig, they moved to another town and another neighborhood, respectively. So since they're gone, I'm the only person in this neighborhood. There's 2 or 3 other people in this neighborhood who will discuss the truth with me in the health food store if they see you when I see you, but they're probably hustling. Anyway, it's the friendliness spirit, the spirit of faith in yourself and the community and the creator, that or the Christian or Buddhist who has real respect in the divine, who allows themselves to be friendly. It builds positive community spirit wherever they go. It builds reverence. Like several people, when they see me, it builds their faith every time, and they smile and say, "Hey Trey, how are you?" Some of them just because they want to make me feel more cozy because I told them I'm from the friendliest town. Others just because they really like that. So it builds a community respect, a reverence, trust. And what? Guess what? Friendly folks are not slaves. Well, some of them are maybe, but the thing is that friendly folks who can actually listen to what you have to say and discern and expand their consciousness are more likely to be, entrepreneurs or people that would not toe the line of the slavery narrative. The cross crucifixion implant is like, the word cross means angry, mad, human in a box. If you're a Bible thumper and you want to talk about Jesus on the cross, you are a mad human in a box. It's a trap. Personal salvation is a trap, an energy trap, if you obey the demiurge's trap system. Versus collective awakening into the Christ consciousness is what I'm doing now. You serve others freely out of the joy, out of the discipline, joy, courage, self-respect, and discernment you choose to awaken others. It's not really, it doesn't have to be complex. Maybe it is to financially survive, but it doesn't have to be complex. And I'm going to simplify that too. Okay? So, a few more notes I wrote on this subject. I am not perfect. I do not know it all. I do not have the whole truth. I'm getting better. I'm perfecting myself more every day and learning more daily. This is a free class from a pseudo-free freak or a person learning to be free themselves. I consider myself and Nyla Nguyen good examples of future and timeless now news reporters. Might not tell you the truth in every article, but we're learning. Take what resonates. Okay? This is a free class on classlessness. This is a free class on classless oneness. Teacher's vow. The crucified self-existing hermit loner on the cross is like the worker slave, whether they take or slave financially. The man on the cross is the self-possessed hero. The winged woman is a flying divine solar goddess, beautiful in all ways. Like or in the a man form could be like the movie Brazil. Think about the wicked witch with the broom as evil's inversion, or the dark one's inversion of the divine flying solar goddess. Free, the free divine ruler goddess. An example of why friendliness is very seldom tolerated amongst the so-called elites. George Soros is the only one of all of them that's alive now that's ever been friendly or openly friendly about their evil. I watched the 6 o'clock news little clip where the reporter said, well, some people were saying that you said they should make laws against you. And this sun sign Leo, who some say had used drones to start a lot of these fires in Northern California and funded the legalization of cannabis for recreation in California in order to try to control it and make it so that only wealthy could play the game. He actually told her they should make laws against me. I destroy small countries in middle America, and that should be illegal. I use business trading deals to destroy countries, and that should be illegal. So, I thought it was funny. He was the exception to the rule. Like, this is what happens if a billionaire was really friendly and telling you their actual intent. But he's so full of himself, so self-assured perhaps partially by working with these other billionaire globalist reptilian obedience to the reptile overlords. He was the one that actually spoke his intention out loud. Another example was Event 201. It's not just flipping the karma. It's like, we can just be friendly about our eugenics plans, and it's okay. BG was like, and that is like Gargamel. I grew up watching this cartoon show. It was called The Smurfs. And Gargamel would always give them a clue as to how he was going to take over and ruin it for himself. And that's why even Satan and Lucifer's clubs, they love us all because they don't, no one really wants to do evil, or no one really wants to be suicidal or genocidal. They're just idiots when it comes to morality and spirituality and self-respect and consciousness, or they're completely overtaken and possessed by these demons, demonic entities. But remember, if you're an average Joe and you're willing to improve and get in touch with your personal sovereignty in Christ consciousness, you are a prisoner with the key. It's your job to have the courage to put your hand through the bars when the guards are not there or watching, and have the discernment and harmlessness and discipline to turn the key and be free and not get back in. One of the big keys to overcoming your fear of friendliness is this whole thinking, if they really knew me, they wouldn't like me. If they really knew what I'm like. That is a mind control program that many of us have had. It's a New World Order program. But think about it. If you were a Nazi officer's son, or if you were if you were a eugenicist trying to take it all, you really wouldn't want people to know that, right? So you come up with these altruistic ideas, right? So it's been proven in psychology that in nature, women have a negative bias because they're really intuitive. They'll notice what's wrong with you immediately. And as a woman in the past life, they often think I talk too much. Or in a capitalistic society, they're going to judge you. Unless they're fully enlightened, they're going to judge you by your appearance, your vibes, your status, how much money you have. Or what you see is what you get kind of idea, right? The surface level default awareness. The first impression they get, you are your obvious flaws. So this, if they're controlled by the sex game or by egotism, this kind of rules out being friendly with a lot of people if they're a covert narcissist. Remember, the reptilian motive is always service to self.